DCA adventure is rated F for fucking awesome.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to DCA Adventure. How y'all doing? I'm Crypto Mikkel. I got my buddy over here. Everybody knows Grits. We're here for 3D Print Wednesday. Just gonna 3D print and chill, sit here and chit chat. I got my buddy on here just to have some talking. He's been very helpful in the space. So I should probably finish that. I had to change my stream key at the very last second. I was like, I pressed live, and I was like, hey, that's the wrong one. And it probably played the poker tournament for 2 seconds. More than likely. But, anyway. We're just on here kind of chilling. Got him on here to chit chat and talk about some things. He's helped me out quite a few times in the past with some 3D printing. And, talk a little bit about it. Talk about what's going on. Yeah, Bitcoin, the king. It's 21K. Yeah, it is, man. It's real hard not to talk about that. That's for sure. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be 3D print Wednesday. Oh, Bitcoin hit 21K Wednesday. It's like, do I rename the stream? But so yeah, we're just gonna sit here, chit chat, chill, talk about some printing and ish, and yeah. So, welcome, buddy. How you doing?
Doing all right. Not much going on today. Just tired from work.
Yeah. One of those days.
Yeah, pretty much. The got a few projects I'm looking at right now. Got a buddy of mine that's asked me to print him some under desk mounts for a one-use server.
That's pretty cool. To help out. What's it for? For his 1U?
He's running a server in his house for his videos and all his just files. And
so kind of like a home media kind of thing.
Pretty much, and
like a Plex server.
Yeah, that's exactly it. A Plex server. I was looking for the word. And
the whole Plex servers, man.
He's
handy.
He's right now got it just laid on the ground and has nowhere to put it. He wants to mount it to his desk somehow, and found on Thingiverse a couple of mounts that seem pretty cool. I'm trying to find out from him how much it weighs.
Thanks, Chris. He likes the background. I mean, he's the one that made it, so I mean.
Oh yeah.
Gotta give courtesy to that, and I mean, before I get too far, guys, don't delay. Buy today. Dogecoin.com. It's playing for you right now. Go check it out. Links in the description below. You gotta love the support for the DCA fans and creator of the DCA merch. You gotta love it. Thanks, Chris. Dogecoin.com.
I tell you what.
Gotta love it.
I got me that plaid sweatshirt coming. Can't wait.
Gonna keep you nice and warm if it gets really cold by you.
Oh, it's supposed to get down to the 20s for Christmas.
It got cold, and we've got snow the past couple of days here, and that's pretty out of the norm for here. We don't get a lot of snow. We get more ice than snow, but yeah, out of nowhere, man, just snow. We had at least 4 inches of snow. I haven't seen that much snow in a long time since I was probably my kids' age. They were like, oh, we have snow. You know what really sucks is that they're in homeschool anyway for online schoolings. So the schools get sent out emails because we have the option to if you want to do full virtual or not. So we chose full virtual. And so they sent out emails anyway well, we're having a virtual day since it snowed. So all kids are required to get onto Zoom and talk. And I was like, kids can't even get a snow day now, man. You stay at home and don't worry, you can come to school online.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I was like, that sucks for y'all,
my boys
man.
aren't getting any of that.
That's terrible.
My boys aren't getting any days off. The hurricane days, no, that didn't happen.
No, man. Oh, don't worry, we figured out we can do it all online. So you just take the day off. We'll give it to you online. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a new dynamic for sure. That
Yeah,
is for
Serpent.
sure.
That boat in the background's been in the family for a while.
But then you got your 3D printer right up underneath there. It's running the Chameleon right now, right? Or was?
I backed off the Chameleon after I burned out a driver on my 8-bit board.
Nice. With the Chameleon?
With the Chameleon. Went and got me a 32-bit board. The 4.2.7 that Creality's really pushing right now, and instantly burned a driver out on that too.
Wow.
That was the end of the Chameleon kit.
Wonder why would it do that? Or did you have to run an aftermarket board? Is that what they're wanting you to do?
No, I actually talked to William Steele about it, and he's saying that he's not sure why it happened, but something in the G code setup. The command to disable the command that disables the extruder motor, what must not have been kicking off. So when it hits the actual switch to switch from extruder 1 to extruder 2,
right,
the motor would still be live and sort of surging it.
Right, not actually turning away the voltage, it's just like flickering it.
Right.
Like, what am I offer on? I don't know.
Well, no, it would be if you look at how the board works,
right.
You got one input, 2 outputs, and all it does is, I mean, it's on or off switch.
Switching between rail 1 or rail 2.
Exactly, and it would send all the voltage in it to both motors at the same time and just surge it.
Serpent says, how much do those boards run? Which boards? The little switchboard or the actual main board that he had a second ago? One of those.
You mean that board? Think about $35
for a 32-bit main board.
I think so. Let me double check. I'll double check real quick.
And that's a Creality main board too. So it's not going with. I mean, there are aftermarket boards. You know what? Real Big Tree has a board.
Yeah,
and that tree is that thing is nice. The 32-bit one, yeah. So, like you said,
$38.
Yeah, $38. There you go, buddy. And that's from Creality's website.
And that's I'm gonna tell you, yeah, that's actually from Amazon.
Oh, okay.
It's typically the same price on Creality's official website. Yeah, there it is, $38.
Because usually they link you straight to Amazon for a lot of their stuff. I've noticed that you go to the website and they're like, click the link, and it takes you to Amazon. I'm like, oh, you're not even selling stuff on your store. Amazon sells your stuff for you. Smooth
now, they sell two main boards. One thing you got to pay attention to: the drivers on one board are not the silent drivers.
Right. So, which is the original main board, which is like what I'm currently running, and I'm having issues with my BL Touch.
I'm gonna work with you on that one.
It was weird. I just refused. It just stopped compiling. Just wouldn't even continue. I was like, what's going on? Like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, what do I do? Do I stop it? Do I not stop it?
I think your issue is Marlin does not like 2.0 does not like 8-bit boards. You don't have enough memory on there.
Because I was able to go like back, and just go back to original, and like it was fine. Everything was hunky dory, okay. BL Touch is like not plugged in. Everything's wired up to it, but not plugged in right now because it doesn't run. Even if it did, it would just be wasting electricity. So just leave it off. You know,
The,
if it doesn't work right with the drivers on it, like don't even bother plugging it in because you just cause another problem somewhere else. In my opinion.
The other board is the silent board, and before when I ran the 8-bit, I knew it was printing. I could hear it with no problem. And now I'm gonna. I mean, if I let's see here, I'm 100 high and 100. I'm in the middle. Let me hold this sucker real quick.
Ooh, look at him go.
There's no sound.
I got music playing.
Homesy. Yeah, there's nothing. I can't hear nothing.
Yeah.
I've printed a few things since I got the 32-bit board on there that I've had to do a head check just to make sure the thing's running.
Just go. Is it okay? Okay, we're printing. All right, we're good. Yeah, I don't know. I've looked at upgrading to the 32-bit board anyway, but I've also looked at, you know, like the real big tree boards, you know, because I'm just like, oh, well, what are these things? And like, so many more options are available at that point. But I mean, I was looking at the option of it, and I was like, if I'm gonna go like real big tree board, I'm just gonna go like, you know, I'm gonna go Prusa at that point and make that turn, because the price of a real big tree board to make it run right on an Ender 3, like you're almost doubling the value of your Ender 3, you know. So it's like, why would you really do that when you could go buy like Precise out of the box with a Prusa and be better off at that standpoint? You'd spend more money, you know, than you would buying the real big tree board, but it'd be worth it money. Especially out of the box, dude. I've been like looking at it, dude, and just the out of the box, like, just go. Like, the Prusas have been nuts, and I'm like, that's just. I mean, I bought the Ender 3 because I knew I wanted to toy with it. I knew what I was getting into. But now that I've gotten into it, I'm like, oh, I like this really cool stuff over here. You know what I mean? It's like an addiction, just like GPUs. Like, you buy one GPU, start mining with, and then you want to buy another, and another, and another, and another. Oh, now you gotta build a new rig. So then you're gonna start another one, and then another one. Like, it's never-ending addiction, man.
How many computers did I say I built earlier today?
Like 6.
Yeah.
Like, I've built.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, dude, I've built like dozens of computers. So. No, it's on 91%. Alright. I'll let you know when it's done updating. Cool.
It's taking its time.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's the last Windows update, man. But yeah, it's never-ending story. Yeah, it really is, dude. It's a never-ending story. Like, you just start tinkering with things, and it's like, just falls right in line with what I do, what I like to do anyway. So I was like, oh, cool. I like to do this. And then like I hit the brick wall with the firmware, and I'm like, I literally can't do anything about that. Like, that is out of my realm, other than just buying a new board, which is basically what I'm just gonna have to do, and just buy a new board and get over that factor.
My biggest recommendation on that part is, if the company, if Creality's got their firmware already built, try that. You should have a copy of it. I sent it to you.
Yeah, you sent it to me. It was just an older version of the BL Touch for 8-bit anyway, before they released 32-bit boards.
Right.
So,
and that's
fingers crossed, that would be the one that's gonna work easily.
That's the one that worked for me.
Right. For an 8-bit board.
Yes.
Now, I'd imagine that has to be something, because I know now Ender 3s, when they come out, they're 32-bit boards out of the box. Like, there is no more 8-bit, so maybe that's the reasoning.
They had the sale for 160. Those still had the 8-bit boards.
Okay. Because I got mine for around like that big deal for like 100, what it was. But I had the 8-bit board. Because right after that's when they released that they were making them with 32-bit boards, and I was like, jerks. It's the same price.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Ralph Cooper. Have not found a cheap hobby yet.
No cheap hobbies. It's impossible.
If you looked at all the hobbies I've got, oof.
It's impossible to have a cheap hobby, man. Cars are expensive. Computers are expensive. Painting's expensive. Just making anything in general is expensive now. And it's not just expensive in materials, it's expensive in time. Labor intensive. So you gotta put all that into it. So, because that costs. Your time costs something.
I mean,
especially when you're making things.
The one cool thing is when you can get your kids involved on it, though.
Yes.
Teach them something.
Yeah, we're working on my son's got into like Beyblades,
Cool.
Man, so like I messed with those when I was a kid, so it's kind of like, oh, all right, like I can talk to you about this. Yeah, well, he's sitting here and like he showed me like the tops or whatever, and I'm like, got me thinking, and I was like, man, surely you can like just make your own and like not have to like go buy more, or make your own custom one. And I was like, you've got to. And then there's like people that have done it on Thingiverse already, and I was like, oh, so people think about things like this. Okay, so I'm not the only one out there that I'm like, oh, let's just go ahead and let's go make some cool Beyblades for you, buddy. It's something that nobody's got.
Yeah, you go back to what people originally thought a 3D printer was for, printing toys.
Yeah, that's usually what it comes down to. I mean, I've made like handles and, you know what I mean? At least building yeah, that's true. I mean, 3D printers can make you profit too, because you can make a product and sell it. So, I mean, look at Crypto Cloaks, man. Look at his business he's got going on, dude. I mean,
love those grenades. Those grenades are.
He literally makes that is his job, and like he makes crypto into like infused 3D prints, man. It makes money, makes a living off of it. You know what I mean? Maybe not like solely, but at least a secondary solid income. Makes profit, which is cool.
That pie case he just came out with, oh my gosh, as soon as
that's cool, man.
That part tomorrow, I'm going to be printing one of those for my Pi 4 coming in.
Dude, it's super cool. Yeah, he said you had great stuff there. For sure, man. You know what I mean? Like, definitely could make money off of a 3D printing farm. Kind of like a mining farm, man. It's Serpent, just a whole different thing. Oh, wow. Yeah. Cool. That's pretty legit, man.
Yeah,
you gotta love that.
Right after I got my 3D printer, I mean, Serpent's talking about printing masks. About 4 years ago, when I got my first 3D printer for Mardi Gras, was printing off the little masks for the ladies to wear. The carnival masks, and they're selling those for about $5-10 a piece.
See, I mean, there you go. And a spool of filament costs you like $20. I mean, 2 masks, that's your spool of filament. Now all you're paying for is, at that point, the printer, if it's not already paid for. You could ROI a printer easily with something like that. Easy.
I mean, how many times over has Cloaks ROI'd his?
Yeah, because whenever he ROIs one, he buys another one. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the setup. Like, he buys another. I mean, that's how the Prusa farm started, right? Is that he made enough stuff for a printer, sold it to buy another printer, sold it to buy another printer, and it's how it like once you hit a point, like it's just instant. Like you'll just start dropping more and more because you have like multiples making it. At one point, you only need 3 or 4 printers to make one printer. So once you get that cap, like every 4 printers you make a printer. At that point.
It's
same way with a mining rig. Like eventually there is that point where you hit that breaking point where you can make enough from a mining rig to make another mining rig. Of course, like you have to. Like, there's other costs involved, but there is a point where that does happen. Mining's way harder because you got to worry about like electricity costs and costs of GPUs and like all of that, a printer's easier to like maintain on that situation of like what it costs to make and maintain. But
Yeah, it's the running joke. Buy printer, print printer, return
GPU
printer.
sag stand, yeah, I got a GPU sag stand. Like I printed one, like super simple. Like I can't pull it out, but yeah, super simple.
Yeah, I used Legos.
That's what I used at first, was Legos. I got tons of them because I have kids.
Yeah.
Legos are a man's best friend.
These Legos never get touched. They're about to get sold.
I'm about to I thought about 3D printing some Legos the other day, and I was like, I'll just 3D print some Legos just for the fun of it. Which I thought was pretty cool, because like you could make a design at that point and like make your own Lego design. And I was like, it's just way over my head. Be super cool, but I don't need to do all that.
The Lego designs are already out there for download.
Yep.
One of my 3D printing groups, a guy posted up a picture of his Creality. The whole print bed was covered in little Lego pieces he was printing, and he said, Christmas coming up, got to make something for stocking stuffers.
Right. Basically, you know, keep the kids happy.
Yeah.
You guys ever check out Steph Papadakis?
Oh gosh, I love that
entire
thing. He built.
yeah, dude, that stuff was crazy.
Dude, I watched that last video of him doing the intake on that thing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that stuff was crazy. I'm impressed with the 3D print. Oh, dude, like it's fantastic. Like it's FA, and it's all like a whole other spectrum of stuff.
Well, I like people like Papadakis. He's really bringing the 3D printing into the automotive community. But one company that nobody really knew has always been doing it is not Bugatti. Oh gosh, brain fart. It'll come to me in a few minutes. But like Porsche has started their intakes when they're throwing the turbos on the intakes. They're now printing the turbos directly onto the intake.
Right.
And that one company, I can't remember, been doing it pretty much since the beginning.
Oh, nice. Ralph Cooper said it's snowing.
Nice.
Legit, dude. Have fun.
Yeah, send my wife your way. She's dreaming of snow for Christmas. I'm a southern boy. I don't do well in snow. So what kind of projects you got going on right now for as soon as
Bitcoin's
you
almost
get-
22K. I don't know about you. That's crazy.
Holy crap. That's
We're
insane.
at 21.8. Alright, cool. That finally finished. That Windows update. Brutal. But what I'm currently working on projects-wise was relearning or learning FreeCAD, which has been a pain in my ass, to be honest. Like just the moving geometry of moving things around is a nightmare. Like it's not easy. Like, you have to like select multiple different views, change them. Otherwise, you're stuck in one view, so it's hard to look at it in one way. It's weird. Like I'm not used to it. So it's just like basically I have to learn that in order to finish the case project I was on, because what was it? Tinkercad doesn't allow files that big.
I'm trying to remember what's their limit?
Very big. I was surprised. I get like see if I can pull it up over here. So I can pull up just like the actual file. see. Where's the shell? And the shell itself is 30,000. Call it 31,000 kilobytes.
31 meg. Okay.
Yeah. Their limit, I think, was 10. I have never reached anything this large. This case is like relatively large. You know, it fills up a build plate, bigger than an Ender 3's build plate. But I'm trying to cut it down, so I don't need it that big anyway. So I'm like trying to cut it, but it's just the file's too big. I was like, that's cool, whatever. So I'm trying to learn FreeCAD, and I got the file up in FreeCAD, but like just trying to move it the right way and then get the ruler just right. Oh my god, that was a nightmare. I was like, why can't this be like easy? It's not. So if I'm gonna keep struggling, the only reason I want to use it is because you can use FreeCAD on Linux, and you can't use Fusion 360 on Linux. There is no direct port. You would have to like use Wine and install it that way.
Okay, so sort of like using Windows in Mac or something.
Yeah, like you could install Wine and go about it that way, but a lot more moving parts at that point. So I don't like using Wine anyway, because it's a hit or miss. If you don't compile it right, then you can be screwed, and Wine won't work, or your programs won't work, and then you might have to recompile Linux. I'm good on all that. I just refuse to use it. If it doesn't work for Linux, then I'm not using it. As simple as that. Have native support.
I don't know Linux, so I wouldn't know where to start with it.
FreeCAD is the only one that's available for Linux. That's it.
Yeah. I need to get back into Fusion 360. I got a few little things that I need to do, especially with the new palette that I'm supposed to be receiving tomorrow. And if I got something in there I want to give it a try, and I'll send it your way if it works out.
Oh yeah. I seen you post that. I seen you post about your order or whatever. That's cool.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed for you, buddy, because that's really cool.
It better work for the money I spent.
What I mean about that order that you placed? Like, is it still messed up in a sense?
Well, if I go to their website, it shows they're only sending me one. It's another app that shows me shipments and deliveries that are showing me I'm getting two. Oh, what the hell happened here? My audio just went screwy.
Vita says, what is the 3D printer? I have an Ender 3, just a base model Ender 3 with upgrades. He can tell you what he has.
But I got the Ender 3 right here behind me. To my left here, I've got my original printer, an ANET A8, which I probably got about a Prussia's worth of money spent into it.
Right. See, that's where I'm toying with the idea. I'm like, I could just buy a Prussian instead of spending more money on the Ender 3. And then I'd have two printers. So yeah, that's the point. I'd have two printers.
Right. Well, from what I've told you in the past, I like to learn, and the Enders and the Ender 3 and my ANET, you have to put them all together. You got piece by piece by piece. You learn it, you wire it, you figure the whole system out, and you don't have pre-compiled configurations for Cura. So I had to learn all that from scratch, and I prefer that myself instead of going out and buying a $900 printer that comes with everything to just get up and run.
Right. They're expensive, that's for sure. That is expensive, that is for sure.
Yo,
Gundy, so FA, what's up, 3D Printing Nation? Not a whole lot, buddy. just chilling, 3D printing chill, you know, hanging out for one of the last shows of probably of the year, yeah. Of the last 3D print of the year. 3D print
Wait.
3D print and chill of the year. Anyway.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because next week we have Christmas.
That's true.
That's the 23rd. There will not be a stream for the 23rd. So I will be away and incapacitated at that point for the 23rd. And then the following one would be the 30th, which would be the last one of the month. And that might not be a 3D print and chill, that might be an actual episode. So this would be the last 3D print and chill that I have of the year. So
I'll tell you what, I mean, it feels like March was yesterday.
dude, for real, man. This year went by really, really, really crazy. Just like crazy quick. It's been an interesting one so far.
One thing to also consider.
Heck yeah, it is, Gundy.
March Bitcoin got down to 3,800. We're at what, 21, 22 now?
Almost 22K, man. It's nuts, man. We're sitting at 21.7 right now. 21.7. That's just, man. Ethereum sitting at 644. Ethereum could drop back down to 600 for me. That'd be cool. They can go back up after that.
Yeah. That spread from Ethereum to Bitcoin's price. Oh man. 2.9% the price.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want that to go back up.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
I mean, last time BTC hit 19, Ethereum was at 14 or 1400.
Yeah, I definitely do not see Ethereum ever hitting that ever again. That's my personal opinion.
But
like I don't ever see it going back up to what we see at all-time highs of, what we've seen an all-time high of anyway for Ethereum. It's just too much. It's too dead now. They did it to themselves.
If it gets there, I'll buy myself a Prusa.
I wish. If it gets there, man, I'd go buy an FD and be happy. You know what I mean? Jeez, man. Just be happy about it. But nah, I don't think it'll ever get back up that high, unfortunately. I mean, I think I was seeing somewhere the other day that even Vitalik was saying no more buying ETH. Stop buying it.
Mm-hmm.
He told people to stop buying it. I mean, first of all, like, why buy it if you can mine it? But yeah,
well,
that says a lot. But you want to go proof of stake, but it's not going to fix it. Like, it's fixing nothing. And then it's gonna break so much more that's out there. Like, think of all the stuff that's built on layer 1 of Ethereum. When they switch to the layer 2 Ethereum, everything is built on layer 1. Like, it's not gonna work. It's gonna have problems. Like, it will. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, it's all built on a platform, and ETH 2.0 is not the same. So you can't tell me that a lot of stuff's gonna be broken. If a lot of stuff's gonna be broken, like all these dApps and all that other stuff, like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad news bears for Ethereum.
Yeah.
Not trying to talk about, prices and everything. It's not what I focus on this show.
No.
But it's definitely a very important topic of the day. That's for sure.
So one of our Discord members got me thinking of a project that I want to start working on. My computer, I've got an older school computer with the 5 1/4 inch bay.
Right.
And I mean, standard ATX case, but it's currently got two 5700s in it. I really like to try and get this spare 1060 in there. And one thing, I mean, I'll go ahead and put it out there. It's not necessarily a private project. What I want to do is I want to take that 5 1/4 inch bay slot.
That'd be fun. That'd be funny.
Stick this in there, mount it in there to where, I mean, you'll see this out the front, or maybe just set behind. I got to figure out airflow. If I can get some 40 millimeter fans to go in there across the front to push the air through. Mount this sucker in there so I have a third card in this rig.
That'd be really funny.
Nothing.
That'd be hilarious. Oh man, do it. That'd be FA.
I'm trying to put together the files right now, see what other people have done for 5 1/4 inch bays, but and then I'll probably take one of those off Thingiverse and mod it. But I got to be able to mount the riser in the side, connect this, power and USBs. No power in the card's gonna be no problem.
I could dig that. That'd be pretty funny.
But,
yo, what's up, buddy? Welcome back. Or if you left, or are you loving the thing that's going on?
But I thought it'd be a pretty cool. I mean, people got them 1660s, and I'm wondering if a 1660 could probably go in that slot.
They make the micro 1660s just like that.
Yeah, I mean this 1060 6 gig, so
make 1660 Ti's like that.
I've got enough depth in the back of this computer.
It's just gonna be a lot of heat.
Oh, this sucker's got fans.
Nice. As long as it has a way to the heat get out, you'd be all right.
Well, I mean, I keep the door open. I keep the glass panel off of it.
Oh yeah, mine too. I was like, this is not good. This is bad.
My biggest thing is going to be getting the riser to mount up there, getting it to sit right, and then I want to put the 2 40 millimeter fans on the front, maybe 3 40 millimeter fans to get that air pushed through.
Right.
And hopefully it not sound like a jet engine, because I mean, this is, yeah, exactly. I mean, this is in the same room my son does his school on.
Right. No, there's been a few times where you do like a Zoom or something, and my mining rig will be in the background, and I'm like, just leave it. Questions.
No. Don't have that 2080 Ti with the sound blocking.
No, just not using my computer for Zoom, using like their tablet.
Oh yeah.
So they'd probably hear it. I'd imagine they do.
I'm surprised you don't hear the 2 fans sitting next to me.
Nope. Be surprised. When you don't talk, it doesn't. Your needle doesn't move.
Yeah, Zoom must have some good noise filtering.
It does all right. I have my noise gate on for my mic, but because it cuts my stuff out completely.
Yeah, I noticed.
I had to turn it up because the whining of the it's the pump for the FPGA rig. That's what's making the most noise. Is not even the fans on all of the cards. It's the pump. I think it just makes that low pitch whine, and it's you hear it just immediately. The microphone picks it up like that. Like it's just that perfect pitch. So I have to pull the noise gate out. I was using the built-in noise suppression on OBS for a while, and then it just started getting worse. Their last update, it worked too good, and then it felt like I started talking, and it was like it muffled me. Pump noise drives me up a wall, dude. Like, it gets bad sometimes. Like, it's crazy. Like, I've never had it in my office with me before. It's always been in a different room. And now that it's in my office, I want to move it out of my office. Like, it's just that perfect pitch where it drives me crazy.
Yeah, luckily I've got a good insulated wall between me and my mining room.
Yeah. I've had mining rigs like in my office with me before. Like my very first office, back when I first started doing videos and streaming, I used to have a rig right behind me. That's different. It's that pump, man. Hate it. Otherwise, you would have the Sanyo Screamer, and none of y'all would hear me if that thing was in there. If that fan was blowing, there'd be no helping anything. That thing is so loud. I'm sure some of y'all know what that is. It's been on this channel before, back when I was building the BCUs. Good stuff. Fun stuff.
Oh no.
Fun.
I've been testing out a proxy miner and got a couple of cards running through that proxy, and that computer with the proxy just went to sleep.
Uh-oh. Turn the sleep off.
Yeah. It's actually that's another project I'm working on. The if it's asleep, hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Go.
If anybody has like any like questions in the chat, now would be the time. Ask away. We start heading out of here. You know, I keep 3D Print Wednesdays pretty short and sweet. Give time for everybody else. Savage usually goes live in about 15 minutes. So I usually save a time for him to get on too.
Alright, let's see here. I don't know if any of y'all paid attention to some of the Kickstarters that came out recently. These little Nook computers. What I got is this little GMK Nook box. And it just came in a couple weeks ago. My main goal was to have a little remote computer to use with my laser engraver. And my laser engraver right now is pretty much out of commission right next to me on a Lego table. And in the meantime, I was wanting to try something. I put the ETH proxy on here to do solo mining.
And it would work.
But what I want to do with the 3D printer is, because this will become the dedicated computer for my laser engraver once I've built the cabinet for it, I want to mount this to the front end of the engraver. So I need to build it's going to be rather easy. I mean, build a box that goes around the base of this and mounts directly to the extruded aluminum frame of the engraver.
That way it keeps it all there. Not bad.
Some random music. Oh no.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sucks.
Wait, they proved it or you proved it?
He proved it. He proved it and he won.
Oh, nice.
Good old YouTube.
Yeah, Chris got the shirt. Love it. I get my Play tomorrow, or sometime this week.
Hopefully.
Mailman hates me.
Oh,
My front yard's mud right now, and they've been redoing the drainage in my neighborhood.
Oh, so they're like, I gotta go up there. No.
Take one step, go up to your knee, pull your foot out, and do
Where's
one
my
less
shoe?
Yep.
Where's my shoe? Mud ate it. You don't need it. Go ahead and stick your other foot in there and take the other one off too. You're gonna look weird walking around with one shoe. Oh, classics.
But that's a few of the many thousands projects I've got.
Yeah. projects on projects. Trying to build the case and trying to build I'm working on mining rigs is what I'm trying to get going right now. And working on some Linux stuff. Not 3D printing related.
Right.
More like job focused related. But yeah, 3D printing is fun on the side. When I have the time to play with extra CAD files or stuff like that. Like I don't know if anybody's seen like the Alpha Gaming, how he has like you saw the video earlier that he posted. Like he has that logo in the back of his thing, his Alpha Gaming logo, and it's LED. I've thought about doing that like with the DCA logo because it'd be super simple. You know what I mean? Like just like print it and be like there in the background. You know what I mean? Like it'd be cool. Super simple. You could laser engrave you could cut out the acrylic with your laser engraver. Super simple. Make sure it would actually fit. But yeah, I've thought about doing that a few times because making the file would be extremely easy.
Well, the problem with this engraver is it's only they call it a 15 watt model, but it's actually like 5.5 or 7.5 watt laser.
Right.
So it does not do well on clear acrylic. Black acrylic, it'll cut right through.
Okay.
After a few passes. The clear acrylic, because of the light wave, doesn't cut it well. But
what about like the frosted acrylic?
Well, frosted acrylic frosted acrylic, as long as it has a surface for the laser to stop on,
right,
it'll work. I mean, just to give you for instance, this is something I was playing with.
Okay.
I don't know if you
I can see it.
See that.
Yeah. It picks up on camera.
That was something I was testing out. This is actually the side panel to the case that I'm sitting next to.
Right.
I took a black Sharpie. I mean, yeah, it's tempered glass, but I took a black Sharpie on one side, and I also took a black Sharpie on the back side to see how it would engrave. And as long as wherever it hit that black Sharpie, is where it burned the image.
Huh. Because it needed something to actually like see to, like it couldn't like go right through it because there's nothing to actually focus on.
Right, exactly.
It's just gonna really kind of focus it on what's underneath it at that point, right. I would think.
Yeah, and that's the problem with clear acrylic. I mean, if you see the clear acrylic that has that peel-off paper, that's for the laser people that operate the lasers. It's
the same way with like CNC machines usually, is that you keep the plastic covering over it because it helps, and it helps also keep things like nice and clean. Yeah, it serves multiple purposes than you peeling it off. Like usually, like when you see like shrouds and they have that protective covering over them, and it's like perfectly cut to it, and like you wonder why, like that there used to be like a piece there with another cover over it, and they just cut it out with the cover over the shroud. Because it's a one whole solid piece of plastic.
Yeah. See, on the engraver, this is another $200 buy. If I wanted the engraver, or if I wanted the laser cutter engraver that could do everything I wish it would do, I'd have to spend Prusa plus price. Anything from a Prusa all the way up to the Ultimaker printer. If you know anything about Ultimakers, $5,000.
No thanks.
And
too rich for my blood.
The quality of an Ultimaker is just as good
unreal
as reality.
It's great quality, you know, out of the box quality is what you pay for it, but still, it's still just a printer.
I think it's overrated personally.
I think it is too.
I think the Ultimaker got some good deals with like schools and institutions, and
you know it.
Hence why it's a $5,000 printer.
He's got the backing of it, you know what I mean? We use this in school testings.
They're paying.
It's a standardized printer. Huh.
Charging government rate.
Yeah, because they can. Because the government's on buying them from them, so they will charge that price. They're like, oh, so they're gonna pay whatever number I put on here, $5,000 printer.
I'm quite sure that NASA can afford the HP metal printers and all.
You would think.
I'm curious, what does NASA, what does Elon Musk use at SpaceX to test?
Regular old Ender 3.
That'd be hilarious.
They're like, why do I need the expensive? The Ender 3 does it just fine. At most a Prusa. Like, meh. Yeah.
Man, those, I'll tell you what, Prusa owners really love those machines. This one guy I watched just recently got called out as a Prusa fanboy because that's all he seemed to push.
It's Prusa. I love my Ender 3. It's been fun. It's a fun little toy, man, and you know, just get to upgrade it however you want it. You build it however you want, like, and it's very cheap if you find them on sale.
Well, what was it? The other day they had them at 160.
Jeez, it's not bad.
Where did that go? I'm in the wrong screen. You are coming over here. Yeah, the 160 I think was it might have been the Black Friday sale. No, still going on. Actually it's 179 right now for the Ender 3.
Huh. With the 32-bit board? Or is that still the 8-bit board? I'd hope 32. It better be.
Nah, it's not exactly saying, so it'd be a flip of the coin.
You just get whatever stock they have to pick off the shelf.
Pretty much. They're leftovers.
Just don't grab from the back.
And I'm looking here. They got the new Ender 6 that just came out. I'm not exactly thrilled with that.
Gross. I wasn't either. If anybody has any questions, guys, put them in the chat below. We're sitting about an hour. We'll be rolling out of here pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I want to keep you tied up, and I gotta get my kids down.
Yeah.
Go to bed. Your kid's about to be out of school for Christmas break.
Oh gosh, no. They get out.
That's even a thing.
Well,
it's even a thing nowadays.
It's a thing. But it's not like it used to be for them. I mean, they were fussing today. Oh my gosh, we only get out on the 23rd.
That's it?
Yeah, they get out on the 23rd for Christmas break, and then I think they go back the following Monday and Tuesday before New Year's.
Ew. Before New Year's?
Yeah, and then they're off like Wednesday to New Year's, and then
That's weird.
I don't know. They're fussing that their schedule's all screwed up. They're not used to it.
Yeah, well, not normal. That is weird. Like, go back before New Year's? That's never been a thing. Like, once you leave for Christmas, you're gone until the New Year starts. You know what I mean? Like, jeez. Oh man, it's gonna be a crap show.
This whole year's been one.
Next year's not gonna be any better. Next school year's gonna be a nightmare.
Well, they better get it. They better get it together.
I can only imagine how bad the testings are gonna be this year.
Well, my kids and my boys enter high school next year, and they better get it together before they enter high school. I don't want this to screw them up at all.
It sucks, and you just can't do too much about it either. You know what I mean? Like, they can only do what they're told to do, and then like you get like this, and you're like, I don't know how to help you, buddy. I didn't have to go through this. This is new to everybody.
Yeah, there is no back in my day.
No, there's not. It's crazy, that's for sure. But alrighty, guys, we'll be rolling out of here. Before we go, we're gonna roll that Doge Lord right there on the screen for y'all right now. DogeLord.com, guys. Don't delay. Buy today. Get this awesome merch at DogeLord.com. Gotta love it. Lots of great stuff. We're putting out great merch, not just for us, for Red Panda, for Serpent, for the Aeon community. Like, doing great work. Keep it up. Keep it up, Doge Lord. Keep on crushing it. And thank you again, buddy, for coming on.
Hey, I really appreciate you having me on again.
Yeah, dude, it's always nice to kind of get on here and get the friends on here and chit chat about some 3D printing stuff. You know, just kind of throwing that out there. I've thought about sending Joel one of his letters to his fan mail Fridays, and like send him like a DCA like printed logo, and then like send it to him and give him a sticker, and be like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, come on the show one time.
I don't think he'd have a problem with that at all.
I don't think he would. I think he'd be like, oh, like another YouTube, like, you went all this way, like, I'll even donate. You know, I want some stickers back, of course. I love stickers, so I would send the money to donate and get the stickers. And be like, yo, like, come on now. Go as far as sending him a DCA t-shirt. Man, that'd be what I'm talking about.
I don't think he'd have a problem with that. Chris from Chris's Basement too.
Yeah, dude, he's a cool guy. That's another Linux nerd, man. He's a Linux nerd. I love it.
That'd be the guy to have on then. But yeah, I really appreciate you having me on. It's been fun.
Yeah, man. We'll do it again here shortly, and we'll catch y'all later, guys. Be sure to stay tuned for later this week. We got Jay coming on tomorrow, and then we got FA Fridays. Week 3 of the FA Christmas, right? So stay tuned, guys. It's been great, and catch y'all next time.